like reading and I'm studying to become a librarian. So I thought I would film a video about how much I realistically read in a week. I want to make a disclaimer that in this case, realistically means how much I personally read in a week. I read a lot. Currently reading this graphic novel, Navigating with You. I got an advanced reader's copy of this book, which is not very advanced anymore because I kind of forgot about it. I have read about 20% of it so far. I'm hoping to finish it today so I can write my review of it. Another book I'm currently reading is Most Ardently. It's an ebook from library and I have to return it in 3 days and I have barely started it, so I'm hoping to read a lot of that today as well. I also have a few books I'm very excited to start. Oh, I almost forgot, I do have an audiobook as well. I'm listening to As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. I can't really say anything about any of the books so far because I have barely started any of them. Just checked my NetGalley app and I also had another advanced reader's copy I forgot about. Okay, I just finished Navigating with You and it was so good. Like, I don't think I would give it 5 stars because it wasn't like absolutely favorite new thing I have ever read, but like a solid 4 stars. It's about these 2 girls, Nesha and Gabby. I think, is that how you pronounce it? Nesha? And they started the new school at the same time and they become friends after finding out that they both like the same manga they never finished, and they decide to start a book club and find the manga volumes to read and finish the series together. And it was so good, it was so fun. Also it deals with some really heavy topics like Nesha is disabled and Gabby is struggling with the grief of having lost her mother. But it was really sweet how the girls started to trust each other more and opened up to each other and fell in love and stuff. It was really nice. And the manga they were reading, I will totally read it if it was an actual manga. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I would highly recommend. I wrote a bit longer review on my Goodreads, so it's linked down below if you guys want to read that. I'm going to read Most Ardently a bit. I don't know how to feel about it yet. It's retelling of Pride and Prejudice. It's a historical romance, gay one. I usually like those, but I'm not sure how I feel about the writing yet. Okay, I have read about 1/3 of Most Ardently and I'm really liking it now. There has been a revelation and I'm just gonna say I love Oliver's dad. Hello, it's quite some time later. I got a headache, so I've been just sleeping it off. I ran out of cereal. Future me, please remember to buy more cereal. Yeah, also I've been listening to As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. I'm 27% in so far. It's a really good book, but it's absolutely horrible to listen. It's about these people in Syria and the main character's family has died and she only has her sister-in-law who is pregnant. And she's working at the hospital and trying to decide if they should try to flee the country for safety or stay. Then she meets this boy she was actually supposed to get married to, but then the fall... Can you see the headache still affecting me? I can't remember words. What's the word for when people fight and then people die because of it? Good morning. Can I say morning when it's already 1 p.m? I've been just laying in bed and listening As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. I'm 65% through the book. Like, it's really heavy, but I just can't stop listening it. I have made no progress with Most Ardently since yesterday, which is bad because my loan on it expires tomorrow. So I'm hoping to read most of it today. My hold on When Among Crows came 2 days, but I do have so many books that I don't really need another one, but I I think the library loans smell when you are busy with books, so they all arrive at the same time. I'm not exactly sure what the When Among Crows is about. I have only heard good things about that, so I'm excited to start it. I also got a notification that I have a package in the mail, and there is a book in that one. I'm really excited to read that one too. No reading updates, but I did get my package and I got a dinner with my dad. I've been wanting to read this one for such a long time. Here it is. I'm so excited to read this one. The Devil and His Doctor. Doesn't that sound absolutely incredible? I don't really have the time, I have other books, but I really want to start this right now. Oh! Just saw one of the illustrations and it got dark. It's after 8 p.m. and I have been just reading most ardently. It's really good. Yeah, I just need to like Collins. I need to punch that man. Like, the first time he was mentioned, I was like, oh, I don't like that man, and I was so right about that. I also got another hold from library. It's the What You Are Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. And I've been really looking forward to reading this book, but why did it have to arrive right now? The plot is plot twisting. What did just happen? It's currently midnight and I just finished Most Ardently. I love historical fiction and like I had a great time reading this book. But was it a good book? That's debatable. I think my biggest problem with this book is the flow of the story. How would I explain it? You know when you are skiing and the snow gets stuck under your skis and you kind of move like It's not comfortable. It feels kind of forced. It didn't feel natural. Also the ending, is this a spoiler? But like, 2 chapters before they weren't on speaking terms and then they're like, hey, I love you, which is like, bestie, you don't know each other. And also this is more of a problem with historical fiction. As a person who does not speak English as their first language, there are words that just mean nothing to me, so I have to Google the word while I'm reading, so it kind of pulls me out of the story, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it means this, and then I go back to the story and then it happens again, so it's kind of annoying. I ended up finishing As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow last night and it was so good. Like, I have no words. It's really sad and heavy, but also really hopeful. I'm not a crier when it comes to books, but I cried like 3 times. And one of them was the author's note at the end. And also I really loved the quote of, we don't have to stop living because we might die. And I think that kind of sums up the book. So yeah, I highly recommend that one. Anyways, I also started When Among Crows last night because I needed something else to think about after finishing it As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. It's a good one. I ended up staying up until 2:30 in the morning reading it, and then I had to force myself to put the book away. You guys wanna know what's my secret to reading a lot of books? It's the lack of self-control. I can't stop myself from reading until 3 a.m. even if I have school or something. It's quite some time later now and I have updates. I went to the library because my hold on Hani's and Ishu's guide to fake dating came. I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm just gonna take a look around and well, another book. But I have been wanting to read this one for such a long time, so I was very excited to see it on the shelf. I have way too many books I want to read at the moment, but I will be picking up When Among Crows right now. Probably finish it. I would have read it last night if I didn't have to wake up in the morning early. Really liking it so far. It's based on Polish mythology, I think. It's very interesting so far. Kinda sad it's only a novella. I'm not really a fan of those because they're short and I feel like I want the story to be longer. But also if I don't like the book that much, then it's fine, it's novella. But I do like this one, so I'm a bit sad that it's not a full-length novel. You guys, I just finished When Among Crows and it was so good. Like, honestly, I don't know what to say. Like, do I desperately wish that it was a full-length novel instead of a novella? Yes, definitely. Like, the characters are super interesting, but we don't really get to know any of them very well because the book just ends. But also, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I wish we had more romance. I also started a new audiobook, actually before I finished When Among Crows. It's The Wandering Souls by... I forgot the author. But it's about these siblings who leave Vietnam and their life afterward. I'm about 1/4 through the book already because it's not that long and so far I'm really liking it. Hello friends! I have had absolutely horrible Thursday. Like, what's up with this day? Like, I can't do this. Like, not to bore you guys, but my knee hurts so much that I can barely walk. Reading wise, I started The Wandering Souls yesterday and I have about an hour left of the audiobook because I couldn't sleep last night, so I was just listening to audiobook. Yeah, it's okay. It started really strong, but I don't know how to feel about it at the moment. I received an advanced reader's copy of the Spellbook library by Isaki and I started reading it today at school. It's about this person who was saved by these Spellbook librarians and the main character now wants to work at the Spellbook library to like thank the person who saved them. It sounded very interesting and as a person who is studying to become a librarian, I was like, yeah, I have to read this one. The author also wrote Is Love the Answer, which I actually really liked, and so I was really excited for this one, but that's my reading updates for now. I'm going to lay down and take a nap. Sorry, I actually lied by accident. Is that lying when I forgot? Anyways, but I started the What You Are Looking For Is in the Library yesterday, and turns out it's a short story collection. I was not aware of that fact. To say I'm a bit disappointed would not be lying. The good thing is that all the short stories are about the same library. It's just different people who enter to the library and find out the meaning of life or something. I don't know. I read the first one yesterday and I did enjoy it. It was just like so unrelatable to me because it was about this woman who's working at a clothing store and does not like her life and job and stuff, and she's like, okay, what should I do? And then she goes to the library and things just start getting better for her. She starts taking care of her life and stuff, and I'm like, bestie, I can't do the dishes. Hello. I took a nap and I finished both Wandering Souls and the Spellbook library. I stand by what I said before. The Spellbook library sounded very interesting. I like the idea, but I don't think I'm going to continue the series. Like, I lost my interest the more I read it. And for Wandering Souls, I did really like it, but I just think the book is way too short for the story it's telling. Going through my freezer and I found a cake, so I'm gonna eat that because I'm having a bad day. Kerstin Gier is one of my favorite authors of all time. The author series from her is actually my favorite, but I was rereading this series earlier in the spring, but then I started reading something else and I kind of forgot about it, but I continued it now because it's my comfort series. The second book in the series is about Liv and her sister who have been traveling all around the world because of their parents' work, and they finally settled down in London with their mom and her new husband. Did they get married already? I don't remember, I think so. Anyways, and Liv discovers that they can do things in their dreams and stuff. It's really good. Highly recommend. I'm gonna continue reading this and I'm gonna eat my cake. Guys, I survived my 2 days of school this week. Yay! For the books, I may have stayed up very late last night to finish reading Dream On, and I love it. If you have read the book, Henry, I love that dude. But also Grayson, Liv's older brother, half brother. He's the best, I love him. Anyways, I do have this pile of library books, but I think I'm gonna pick up the, what's this called in English, Just Dreaming. It's the last book of the trilogy, so I would finish my rereading. Speaking of this series, what's this called, the Silver Trilogy? I love the series. I have seen some people complain that it reads too young. Personally, I don't mind that at all. In my opinion, a lot of young adult books read too old, especially nowadays, and the characters who are supposed to be teenagers, they act too adult and I just can't stand it. Maybe they act a bit too young for their supposed age, but I actually enjoy it. It's perfect. I can't deal with the world. I'm gonna go into the fantasy world for a bit. I mean, it's not really a fantasy world, it's a London, but there are the dreams and I just love the series. I'm not going to start reading right now because I have school things to do and I may have been avoiding them all week, which is not good. Don't do that. Don't say anything. I am studying. So I did not study. I took a nap and I read quite a bit of the Just Dreaming. I'm on page 160 and I was having good time, but then it got so dark that I had to turn the lights on. But then I have been just laying in the bed because I was like, oh no, it's so late and I have not studied. And hello! It is currently Sunday evening. Yes, I did not film anything yesterday because I did not read anything yesterday. I was having a bit of a bad day. Actually, I have been having a really bad week. But I ended up reading the Just Dreaming, the last book in the Silver Trilogy, and finishing it. It's a great book. Is it the worst book of the series? Yes, 100%. But do I love the series too much to not give it 5 stars? Yes, absolutely. Then I started reading The Lies We Tell. I'm on page 19, so not very far, but I have a feeling I'm going to like this one. This book is about Anna, who is going to university, and she is also planning to solve an unsolved murder that happened at the campus because the victim was her old babysitter. And there is also something happening with her family's bakery, but we have yet to get to any of that. I'm still reading What You're Looking For Is in the Library. I'm about halfway through it, but I'm taking my time with it as it's a short story collection. But it has been a great week of reading, mostly because I had a really bad week otherwise, so I was dealing with that by reading. So in total I read 8 books this week and I'm still in the middle of 2. Should we do a final page count? Navigating with You was 220 pages, Most Ardently was 304 pages, and As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow was 417 pages, When Among Crows was 166 pages, the Spellbook library was 176 pages, and Wandering Souls was 256 pages, Dream On was 317 pages, and Just Dreaming was 349 pages. So in total that was pages. I'm not going to do the math right now. I think that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe consider subscribing, especially if you like books and K-pop, because those are my two main special interests. Maybe leave a like and a comment. I would really appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching.